Have you ever walked into your home and felt something was off, an invisible weight pressing down on your shoulders the moment you crossed the threshold? Many people experience this unsettling sensation without fully understanding what it means. Today, I'm going to reveal a profound truth that Saint Padre Pio, one of the most powerful saints in history, shared only with his closest followers. A secret hidden for decades but now vital in these spiritually challenging times. Your home is more than just walls and a roof. It's a sanctuary, a sacred space where your family should feel protected, at peace, and blessed. But what if I told you that, right now, unseen influences might be affecting your family's happiness, finances, and harmony? What if the very doorway you pass through every day is a spiritual gateway that could be allowing negative energies to enter freely? Padre Pio understood something profound about our homes that most people remain completely unaware of. He knew that the main entrance of any dwelling isn't just a physical structure, it's an energetic portal through which both blessings and hardships can flow. Without proper protection, this entryway becomes vulnerable, leaving your loved ones exposed to spiritual dangers that manifest as unexplained illnesses, persistent family conflicts, financial blockages, or even deliberate spiritual attacks. I want you to pause for a moment and reflect. Have you noticed unusual patterns in your home recently? Are family members arguing more than usual without clear reason? Are electronics breaking down unexpectedly? Are plants near your doorway wilting despite your care? Do you feel persistent fatigue or suffer from sleep disturbances that doctors can't explain? These aren't random coincidences. They're signs that your family may be spiritually compromised. Padre Pio, with his extraordinary spiritual gifts, could see what most of us cannot. Bearing the stigmata, the physical wounds of Christ for over 50 years, he was granted unique insights into the spiritual realm. He could instantly discern when a home was under negative influence. He developed a method of protection, which he taught to those who sought his guidance. A method that's remarkably simple yet immensely powerful. One woman came to Padre Pio in tears. Her family was falling apart. Constant arguments plagued her household. Her children were increasingly disobedient. Her husband grew distant. Unexplained medical issues arose, and their finances were in ruins despite their hard work. Instead of asking about their relationships or budget, Padre Pio posed a surprising question. What protection do you have at your threshold? The woman, confused, had never considered that her family's troubles might stem from a spiritual source entering through her unprotected doorway. The spiritual world constantly interacts with our physical reality in ways most people don't recognize. Just as sunlight streams through an open window, spiritual influences, both positive and negative, flow through the energetic openings of our homes. Your front door isn't merely a physical barrier, it's a threshold between worlds. In today's spiritual climate, leaving this threshold unprotected is like leaving your house unlocked in a neighborhood known for break-ins. Padre Pio foresaw that in times of intensified spiritual battles, the protective boundaries between the visible and invisible worlds would thin, requiring greater vigilance. He said, "The home is where the family's spiritual foundation is built or broken. Protect the entrance, and you safeguard everything within." These aren't abstract concepts, they're observable realities affecting your daily life in tangible ways. The protective method I'm about to reveal isn't rooted in superstition or fear. It's grounded in ancient wisdom that Padre Pio, with his extraordinary spiritual gifts, confirmed and enhanced. Before I share this powerful method, know that thousands of families have experienced its transformative effects. Homes once heavy with turmoil have become sanctuaries of peace, strained relationships have healed, and seemingly insurmountable financial blockages have dissolved, all through a simple yet profound ritual anyone can perform. If you believe in the power of spiritual protection, and want to shield your loved ones from negative influences, type, "Protect my home, Padre Pio," in the comments. This simple act of faith begins a connection to the spiritual assistance Padre Pio continues to offer those who seek his intercession. Now, Let me show you how to recognize if your home is vulnerable, and what might already be affecting your family without your knowledge. The signs are subtle but unmistakable once you know what to look for. More importantly, I'll reveal Padre Pio's definitive method for creating an impenetrable spiritual barrier at your threshold, one that allows blessings to flow in while keeping harmful influences out. Your home should be the safest place on earth for you and your family. By the end of this, you'll have the knowledge to ensure it truly is, knowledge that could completely transform your home environment and the happiness of everyone within it. 5 invisible spiritual dangers affecting your home. Padre Pio, with his extraordinary spiritual vision, could see these influences as clearly as we see physical objects. He understood that recognizing these dangers is the first step toward effective protection. Here are the 5 he identified. Residual negative energy. Padre Pio called this echoes of darkness, invisible clouds, carried by people entering your home. Perhaps a guest harbors envy, anger, or bitterness, unintentionally leaving these energies behind. Over time, they accumulate, fostering tension, arguments, and even health issues. Have you noticed feeling drained after certain visitors leave? That energy lingers long after they're gone, especially if your doorway lacks spiritual protection. Unprotected energy portals. Your main entrance isn't just a door, it's an energetic gateway. When left spiritually unguarded, it can remain partially open on an unseen level, allowing distressing presences to enter. These manifest as unexplained fears, intrusive nightmares, negative thoughts, or an unmistakable sense of being watched when alone. Children and pets, more spiritually sensitive, often react first, becoming unusually fearful or staring into empty corners. Blocked prosperity. Padre Pio understood that a spiritually compromised entrance can block blessings from entering your home. This creates a pattern where financial opportunities come close, but never materialize, unexpected expenses arise, and prosperity remains elusive despite your efforts. If you're working diligently yet facing persistent financial struggles, your home's entrance might be spiritually obstructing abundance. Disruptive energy fields. These subtle disturbances in your home's atmosphere affect your body's natural balance. Family members may experience unexplained fatigue, persistent headaches, hormonal imbalances, or sleep disruptions that medical tests can't explain. Do you feel exhausted even after a full night's sleep, or notice health issues improve when you're away but return when you're home? These are signs of disruptive energies entering through an unprotected doorway. Targeted spiritual attacks. Padre Pio warned that negative energy intentionally directed at you or your family, whether from envy, resentment, or malice, finds easy access through an unprotected entrance. These energies attach to your home's environment, causing persistent misfortune, sudden relationship issues, or an inexplicable sense that something is actively working against your happiness and success. How to know if your home is affected. Padre Pio identified 3 unmistakable signs to watch for. Behavioral patterns in the family. When a spiritual vulnerability exists, relationships shift in subtle ways. Persistent arguments escalate over trivial matters. Communication breaks down without clear cause, and family members grow irritable, distant, or critical. Children may become unusually anxious, defiant, or struggle to sleep. If your home's warm atmosphere has turned tense, your family might be spiritually compromised. Physical anomalies in the living space. Electronics malfunction frequently. Bulbs burn out constantly. Plants near your entrance wilt despite care. Pets bark at empty spaces or avoid certain areas. Rooms feel inexplicably colder, or the light seems dimmer or harsher. These aren't coincidences. They're physical manifestations of spiritual disturbances passing through an unprotected doorway. Personal health impacts. You might experience insomnia, disturbing dreams, a mental fog that lifts when you leave home, but returns upon re-entry, unexplained mood swings, chronic fatigue unrelieved by rest, or physical symptoms doctors can't diagnose. Your body and mind react to negative spiritual influences infiltrating your space. A real-life example: Rebecca's transformation. Consider Rebecca, a teacher from Boston, who reached out after applying Padre Pio's method. For over 2 years, her family faced inexplicable hardships. Her once joyful teenage son became withdrawn and anxious. Her husband suffered repeated professional setbacks despite his qualifications, and Rebecca endured chronic migraines and insomnia no medication could relieve. "We tried everything," she told me: therapy for their son, career counseling for her husband, every medical test imaginable for her health. Nothing helped. Their home, once a sanctuary, became a place of stress and exhaustion. They even considered moving, thinking the house itself might be the issue. Then Rebecca learned of Padre Pio's protective method. Skeptical but desperate, she decided to try it. The change wasn't instant, she said, but within days, the air felt lighter. After a week, her son slept through the night for the first time in months, and her migraines grew less frequent. By the 3rd week, her husband received a job offer he'd been pursuing for months. 3 months later, their home had transformed. "It's not that we never have problems," she explained, "but that constant, unexplained struggle is gone. Our home feels like a refuge again. I only wish we'd known about this protection years ago."